How can an electric guitar jumpstart interest in manufacturing and engineering technology? Ask the folks at Indiana Wired. They've invested time, energy, and money into a guitar-making workshop sponsored by Purdue University's College of Technology. The funding source is a $15 million grant from the Department of Labor, demonstrating that talent development can drive economic transformation in regional economies across the United States. The week-long summer guitar workshop allows high school students the opportunity to build their very own electric guitar while developing a hands-on understanding and appreciation for the process of manufacturing.
The idea of the first day is to get their interest piqued early on. They get a rough milled out body and a neck and a fretboard, so they get parts that look like they're going to be a guitar. We break them into two groups, and one group goes to Brad's lab and does some basic design on the headstock. They actually sit down on a CAD program and they actually design part of their instrument.
How does mathematics fit into all this? How does science fit into all this? We had little bits and pieces of that. We're designing on CAD systems, solid modeling. We pull that into manufacturing systems, generate code for machine tools to actually cut the parts out.
Based on the students' CAD designs, each headstock is customized and cut to precision. Meanwhile, in another area of the shop, the students painstakingly sand their guitar bodies down to a smooth surface.
The amount of sanding, all the work that goes into finishing the actual piece, it's just mind-boggling.
Once they figured out that we would paint the instruments whatever color they wanted, they probably put as much intellectual effort into that as they did into anything else.
I think just painting it was fun, because seeing it come out, and I taped all this stuff off, so I slowly unveiled all the paint, and it was pretty cool looking.
Well, at first I wanted it to be pink, but then my mom told me that it would look tacky, so I just thought a dark black or reddish color.
As the guitars begin to take shape, the students' energy and excitement continues to build. Ahead of them, though, lay some of the most crucial steps in the guitar-making process.
Third day, they're starting to do assembly. They start to bolt components onto the body. By then, if they haven't assembled the wiring harness, they'll do that. So they have to learn to solder, and they need to know what a variable resistor is and that kind of thing. Day 4, but in the morning, they should finish up the fretting, string it up, and they should have a playable guitar. We hand them gig bags and strings and everything else and send them on their way.
There are plenty of smiles on the final day of the workshop as the students proudly pose with their musical creations. It has been an ambitious week of careful instructions, hands-on manufacturing operations, and above all else, the freedom of discovery.
We were constantly trying to herd them back to the workstations we had set up and constantly getting them to try to follow the process. But we weren't real regimented about it. We weren't real drill sergeants about it. And at the end of the workshop, I asked them, what did you like most about it? And the answer I got from everybody I asked anyway is, you didn't just tell us what to do like they always do at high school. You trusted us. You gave us some freedom.
Definitely learned more about guitars. I know how to play them, but I don't know much about them. So I understand a lot how everything works and how difficult it really is to make them, and I appreciate it a lot more.
I think the most enjoyable part was wiring it up and actually hearing noise coming from the wires I haphazardly soldered together.
In addition to a newfound appreciation for the processes of manufacturing, there is also a sense of camaraderie.
It was funny to watch during the week because the very morning of the very first day for both groups, it was very, very quiet. These kids basically didn't know each other. There were a few who did, but by and large, everybody was new. By about Thursday, the end of the third day, they were like buddies.
I knew one other person coming in here, and now I have a lot of new friends, and we've all gotten along, and it's been a lot of fun.
Kids of every age get excited about musical instruments, especially guitars. There's just definitely a cool factor associated with it.
In an era of project-based, interactive learning, the guitar-making workshop presents a truly hands-on opportunity for young students to discover the world of manufacturing.
With our colleges and universities all over Indiana, we have the opportunities right here in Indiana to compete globally. And Indiana Wired is showing us how to create these opportunities by connecting people together, linking and leveraging these assets, moving to some exciting fields.
I'd like to see students who came to us for the guitar making workshop come back to us in either manufacturing engineering technology or mechanical engineering technology and go off to careers wherever.
Kids just don't seem to be flocking to manufacturing programs across the country, and I think it's a trend overall. But if we can use, cool, exciting things like a guitar, just to use it as a hook and then show how these technologies are exciting and apply, and they can, lead to a very productive career.
They come to us because they want to build guitars. Once we've got them, we can really change their lives.